Hello everyone, welcome to my Hack Shack located right here in Los Angeles. My name is Johnny and I support horror. I hope you all have been hanging in there, eating some good snacks, watching good horror. Man, this week I watched a movie called Bhoot Part 1, The Haunted Ship. And I was curious about this one for a couple reasons. One, I love everything and anything about old haunted ghost ships. There's the Queen Mary that's not too far from here in Long Beach, California, is one of my favorite sites to visit. If you don't know much about the Queen Mary, it's a retired British ocean liner that used to sail the Atlantic Ocean from, I'd say, the mid-30s through the 60s. It's considered one of the most haunted places in America, and even if you don't believe in that stuff, I really urge you to look up all the info on the Queen Mary, and if you're ever in Southern California, go visit. The second reason why I wanted to watch this movie and review it is because I can't remember a film that I saw, a horror movie that I've seen come out of India. I've seen a lot of Japanese horror, Italian, Spanish, Australian, and other countries like that, but I can't think of a horror film out of India that I've seen, so I wanted to give this one a try. Plus, I'm a sucker for the movie Ghost Ship from 2002. That beginning though, so awesome. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Ghost Ship, put it on your queue. So my question of the day for you horror fam is, what is your favorite foreign horror film? After you watch this video, make sure to comment below with the title of the film and what country it's from, because I really want to check it out. Now, let's board this ship and see what kind of spooky scenes they have for us. That was stupid. Let's not do that one. But roll it. Bhoot Part 1, The Haunted Ship, is an Indian Hindi language horror thriller film that just came out in February of 2020. Say that 5 times fast. This film is inspired by the true story of a large cargo ship that was found stranded on the beach of Mumbai in June of 2011. The writer and director used that story and then added a little haunted twist to it. So this story follows a bereaved shipping officer named Prithvi. One day, an old abandoned rusted out ship called the Seabird mysteriously shows up on a beach in Mumbai. Prithvi and a coworker of his are assigned to the case and must figure out why the ship is abandoned and how the hell it could have made its way to the beach. They both board the ship to investigate and find out that maybe all the haunted myths that surround the Seabird are actually true. On this ship, that Prithvi finds an entity that he believes is alive, not a ghost, so he is hell-bent on saving her and taking her off the ship before it has to be towed away. But of course, evil forces get in the way of his plan, so now he must risk his own life to save another. The storyline did sound cool, and I really didn't know what to expect out of this film, and there are plenty of reasons why I didn't care for it as much, but let's get into what I liked about this film first. A couple aspects I really enjoyed was the use of setting and just how they shot this in general. You could tell that the director really tried to get the most out of his shots to create this eerie atmosphere. For example, he liked using those overhead bird's eye view shots that would track along with our characters as they walked. The setting on board the ship is a horror director's dream. It was all rusted, old, leaky, damp, and dark. Anything said would echo about the ship, and you could hear any little creak or thud or voice because of how quiet it was. When I was watching this, I was thinking this has to be filmed on a actual ship, because it just didn't seem like they were doing it on a sound stage. It looked incredibly authentic. And sure enough, when I looked up the filming locations on this, I found out that they filmed the majority of it on a wrecked ship that was located in one of Asia's biggest shipyards. Knowing that it was filmed on location on an actual ship just made it that much cooler. Another thing I appreciated as a viewer was that we were allowed to discover things rather than just straight out being told all the answers, if that makes any sense. For example, we found out the history of the ship through just word of mouth from different characters and through old records and logbooks. Now, unfortunately, all of those things I just liked couldn't quite save this film from all of its downfalls. And it's too bad, because this movie had a lot to work with to make it stand out. Like filming on a real ship, and creepy dolls, and giggling children. Don't get me started on how creepy ghost giggling children are. And I believe, there was a little bit of found footage in this film. The atmosphere was eerie, the scares were not. Just some simple jump scares. And I've said it a million times, I'm not above jump scares. I'm really not. I love the Conjuring universe. It's full of them. And I love those movies. But these scares were just bad. And the CGI just didn't look very good. It appeared like it wasn't up to date or something. You know, in a movie when there's a character that's hiding under the bed or is on the ground in general, and you see the look of terror on their face as they get dragged away into the abyss of darkness by something, and their hands reach out like, no, as they disappear. I mean, we've seen that a million times in horror movies, right? Well, in this movie, when the victim is being pulled away, it looks so digitized and fake, it just takes away from the scare. We also have someone or something that's crawling across the walls, and it looks like, it looks like something out of the Resident Evil 2 game from 1998. Now, that game was awesome. I'm not hating on it at all, but that game was from 1998. This movie is 21 years later, so just saying, the CGI wasn't the best in this, but you know what? I prefer practical effects anyway. Another thing that I didn't care for a lot was the dramatics. The second half of this film seemed like it turned into a spooky soap opera or something. There were scenes that would have this overly dramatic music, some cheesy dialogue, and some sob story. Even when it wasn't necessary, they would throw in this overly dramatic, epic music. And I'm not giving any plot away here or anything, but there was a scene in this movie where Prithvi, our main character, is swinging on a rope over some flames that are on the ship. And it was all in slow motion with the most sappy, over-the-top music you could imagine. Like something from Braveheart or Armageddon. Both awesome films, both warranted the earth-shattering music because of the dire situations. But seeing our main characters swinging from a little rope just to get to the other side using that type of music is just silly. Gave me a good laugh though. I think one of the major problems in this movie was that the danger wasn't completely directed at our main character. The stakes just weren't high for him. It was his job to investigate the ship, but it was his main goal to save this girl that he still thought was alive on there before the ship got towed away. So no skin off his back if he just decides to go about his day and not save this girl at all. Of course he would feel bad about it, and we don't even know if this girl is alive or a ghost or not, but the danger for him was just not there. As a viewer, we want to see our main characters with everything to lose and to go through hell and back to accomplish their goals. Small example, in The Ring, Naomi Watts' character, she had 7 days to figure out what this tape thing was, where it came from, and how to stop it from killing her and the people that she loves. Now that's conflict with urgency. But anyway, you may enjoy this film more than I did. I believe it's still on Prime Video, so you can watch it there. Just know it has a runtime of 2 hours and 24 minutes, so it's entirely up to you, horror fam. Okay, everyone, it is time for me to get out of here and watch some more horror. Again, thanks for coming by and watching this. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you do so now and give this video a like. That'd be awesome. And don't forget, comment below with your favorite foreign horror film. And let's be friends to the end, people. You know you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Horror Hack. Once again, my name is Johnny. Keep supporting horror, and this has been one hack of a show.